You did a great job on this house. You're full of surprises, aren't you?
Were you always a vampire?
That's a long story.
I want to hear it.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
I would guess it came from a Daedric lord.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
Do you regret becoming a vampire?
Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. I think mostly I hate what it's done to my family.
How has it affected your family?
Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
Do you ever think about curing yourself?
A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift, especially after what I did to get it. It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up. Yes? What did you need?
Tell me about your family.
There's not a whole lot to tell. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough.
It sounds like you don't like either of them very much.
It's not that simple. I guess it never is with families, is it? What about you? What were your parents like?
I never knew them. I grew up alone.
I know how that feels. I mean, I know it isn't the same thing, but I was a pretty lonely child myself.
Do you still feel lonely?
Not as much. Let's just keep going. So, what do you want to talk about?
Were you and Valerica close?
Before my father became obsessed with the prophecy, Mother and I spent quite a bit of time together. She was very fond of her alchemical garden in the castle courtyard. She taught me quite a bit about cultivating quality regions.
So you always got along?
Like the best of friends. I would never hesitate to share anything with her.
But then it all changed.
It was very sudden. It was almost like one day we were a normal family, and then the next, I didn't know who they were. I'd try to visit my mother in the garden, and she'd quickly shoo me away, saying she was much too busy.
That's why we're headed there?
She had to be up to something in that garden. I'm hoping it's a clue that will tell us where she went. I can't wait to see the courtyard again.